Hi everybody, Beneza again. I just wanted to do another second video for the Pulse nightclub in Orlando. Again, I'm sorry to the families and friends who lost people, and to the people who died, I'm sorry. I hope you rest in peace. And to the people who got severely injured or injured at all, I'm sorry to you as well for this happening. And to the people who actually made it out without being injured physically, I'm sure it's something mentally tough on you. I can't empathise because I've never been in that kind of situation, so I can have some form of sympathy because, you know, nobody wants, or most of us don't want to be in that kind of position. I was just now making a cup of coffee and thinking about, you know, the first video I just did on it, and basically, you know, life in general and what happened at the nightclub. And I was thinking about Christmas last year, 2015, and my wife, son and I were at a Christmas parade where, you know, in the city we live, and you know, like most things in our city, because it's way behind, it's 20-30 years in my opinion behind the rest of the cities in this country. But it was held at the town centre like everything else, and you know, there's a whole diverse amount of people there, not as much as I'm used to in England, but you know, there's plenty of diverse people there, you know, black, white, Indian, Native American, and it's quite nice to see. But there's a white woman in front of me with her husband, and it's quite obvious that she'd had a few alcoholic beverages. She wasn't insanely drunk or anything. You could quite tell that she'd maybe had a glass too much though. But she was talking fine and everything. But she heard me talk. I was in the English accent that I've got to my wife, you know, because my wife wanted to move close. I said, no, it's too busy for that. You know, it's almost going to start. You know, we have to, you know, walk through people and say, excuse me. You know, I found a place where it's, you know, we've got plenty of space to stand and we're not cramped. So this lady said, oh, you're from England? Are you from England? I said, yes. And the husband turned around and said, of course he is. You can't, and he said, we've got family in England, but they're not too particularly happy with us. And at the time I thought, well, okay. So as per usual, you know, like most things in the city we live in, these type of things, you know, start late. So we stood there half an hour. Our son's complaining, and my wife and I are talking, and so everybody, you know, starts to go quiet because, you know, the Christmas parade is starting. So, you know, bagpipes started, you know, and you know, several people go, and you've got people, sheriffs. I think, why are sheriffs advertising in a Christmas parade for? You know, and my wife and I had a quiet argument, you know, whispering to each other. I'm like, why have they got people, you know, advertising sheriffs, you know, vote for Sheriff whoever, you know, Sheriff Murphy and whoever else. And I thought that was odd. You know, you got people going through, you know, vote for this sheriff, that sheriff, and this person, elect this person. So, like this Christmas parade, it's supposed to be Christmas floats and stuff, which a lot of them were, but I think 75% of it was advertising businesses and vote for sheriffs and whatever else. But anyway, the local amateur American football team, you know, came through past us, and the white woman in front of us said, look, it's the local thug gang. Look at those black people, it's the local thugs. You know, be careful. Next we'll have a group of Al-Qaeda, ISIS people bombing us. I was like, excuse me. She said, what? I said, that's racist. No, they're thugs. I said, no. How do you know that? Do you know them? Did they mug you or anything? But they're thugs. They're black people, they're thugs. I said, you need to get away from me because there's plenty of black people around you. I said, there's, without me even moving my eyes, there's at least 5 black people on my right hand side. I saw them standing there since even before my wife and I got here. My wife's black and my son's black. She said, you know, these Muslims, they're all terrorists. Are you a terrorist? You look like one because you've got a big bushy beard and no hair. Because my hair, although my hair's short, it's shorter than this, and I had a bushier beard then. She said, you know, you look like one because you've got a bushy beard and they've all got their hair short. You're a terrorist, you're going to bomb us. I said, no. She said, they're all terrorists. I said, no. I said, you know, not every white person's in the KKK, and I wouldn't want to be affiliated with the KKK. I said, I think you need to keep your mouth shut because, you know, there's plenty of black women here. If they hear you, if you speak any louder, I think you might get your butt kicked. I said, you need to leave before they do. I said, I don't like it. That's not how you treat people. And, you know, it's phobia about gay people. There's phobia about Muslims. There's phobia about Mexicans coming and only bringing crime. You know, and Donald Trump is making it worse. You know, by intensifying people's phobias about people. And not every Muslim's a terrorist. Not every gay person is going to come up to you and fill you up and say, you know, bend over, big boy, or whatever. You know, not every lesbian's going to come and try and kiss your wife or kiss you or your sister or anything. And it's upsetting because, to me, because, you know, although I said in my first video about this that, you know, you know, I'm still a believer in God. I still believe that He's real. I think there's still a higher being out there called God or Jehovah, Yahweh, or whatever, you know, name you would like to reference God by. But I'm now at the older I'm getting, the more open to other things or other options I'm getting in my mind. Is that, well, okay, maybe He is real, maybe he isn't. But at the moment, you know, in my opinion, God is still real. God is still exists, and Jesus Christ is His only begotten Son. But I'm not going to force that on people. And it bugs me to see church pastors and anybody who may call themselves a Christian. I don't call myself a Christian. I call myself a believer in God, or a believer in a higher being. And for me, the Bible has so many contradictions in it. It's silly. And I basically, you know, don't follow the 10 Commandments strictly. And I don't go around saying if you don't get a relationship with God, you're going to go to hell and whatever else. But it's, you know, mutual respect, you know, equality, you know, and I'd rather be seen with gay people, you know, who, you know, give me mutual respect, and I give them mutual respect back, and we love one another, and there's, you know, equal rights for everybody. I don't care if you're black, white, Indian, gay, straight, whatever. You know, as long as we offer each other mutual respect, and we don't go around killing each other and don't harm each other, then there shouldn't be a problem. You know, so I think people have got to stop forcing their mindsets on other people.